Hello there, my name is Harriet Matthew and my student number is S3933558. Today I will demonstrate how I analyze the provider packet file using Wireshark to identify potential indicators of compromise and determine whether a network attack was present. First, I open the packet capture file in Wireshark. I begin by examining the capture file properties. Here I observe that the capture file contained about 3,433 packets and these were collected over 9.16 seconds. So the packet rate was relatively high, indicating a significant network activity within a short period of time. At this stage, I could not determine whether the activity was malicious, so further investigation was required. Next, I opened the protocol hierarchy. This allowed me to identify the protocols that were present within the file. The results show that all the traffic was IPv4 over TCP, with HTTP being the most dominant protocol over them. It accounted for approximately 53.8 of the transfer bytes, and it was the most significant protocol in the file. Since HTTP is commonly used in web-based attacks, I selected it for further investigation. I then opened the statistics and endpoints. The endpoint analysis showed that only two hosts were there in the capture, 10.0.0.2 and 10.128.0.2. This indicated that all the communications were between a single client and a single server. Looking at the TCP endpoints, I observed numerous temporary source ports communicating with TCP port 80, which suggests that there are repeated HTTP connections to a web server. Next, I examined the statistics and conversations. The IP4 conversations confirmed that all the traffic was exchanged between the same two hosts. The TCP also revealed that there were 295 separate TCP sessions that were established within 9 seconds. This was unusual to me because it indicated a very large number of connections being created in a short period of time. This suggests that there's a possible flood attack or automated activity. To investigate the application layer traffic, I first applied the filter HTTP. The results showed a large number of GET requests originating from 10.0.0.2 to 10.128.0.2. Many of these requests contained long encoded URL parameters followed by a high repetitive structure. This behavior appeared automated rather than normal user browsing activity. To focus specifically on the request, I apply the filter http.request. The results show that the same pattern and a very high request rate can be seen here. Hundreds of HTTP GET requests were sent to the same server within 9 seconds, and this behavior is consistent with HTTP GET flooding, where a client repeatedly sends requests to a web server in an attempt to consume the server's resources. I then apply the filter http.response. The results show that the server constantly returned HTTP 200 OK responses. This indicated that the server was successful in processing the requests rather than rejecting them, and this continuous request response pattern supports the presence of automated HTTP activity. Next, I analyze the TCP connection process. I apply the filter tcp.flags.syn equal to 1 and ACK equal to 0 to view the TCP SYN packets. This shows that the 10.0.0.2 repeatedly initiated TCP connections to the destination on port 80 using sequential source ports. I then apply the same filter but the ACK equal to 1 to view the TCP SYN ACK packets. The server responded to the connection request, and if this was a TCP SYN flood attack, we would expect many SYN packets without corresponding SYN ACK responses or completed handshakes. However, the presence of consistent SYN ACK response shows that the TCP handshakes were successfully established, so there is no TCP SYN flood attack over here. Finally, I checked for other common attacks like ICMP, DNS, ARP, and UDP, and from here, no suspicious activity was observed. Therefore, no evidence of ICMP flooding, DNS based attacks, ARP spoofing, or UDP based attacks were found. Based on the evidence collected throughout the investigation, I concluded that the file contains an HTTP GET flood attack originating from 10.0.0.2 and targeting the server 10.128.0.2 on TCP port 80. This is supported by the large number of HTTP GET requests and the establishment of 295 TCP sessions within 9 seconds, the repeated encoded UR parameters, and the continuous HTTP 200 OK responses returned by the server. Thank you.